And it's time to get race ready here in the Porsche Cup. It's Division 2 time at Suzuka. Jump start from Andrea, but everyone else getting away well. And Skullboy in the lead. Just the start that you want. He knew he was going to try and do something to him. Possibly on the outside, just trying to get to the slipstream. Gold's in third, so has to watch out for that. Skullboy knew it as we are. Gold. Then it's Joker, got up into fourth place. Risk in fifth. Stevie, Andrea's gone way down the order. CO2 following behind. Just looking for moves being made at the moment. Nothing really going on. Here comes Ninu trying to make a move on the outside. Skullboy sliding, and that's cost Ninu some time. Gold on the outside now. And he loses that place, and that's going to allow Joker to try and go around the outside, possibly looking for an attempt to advance his position. Let's look at Jokos right now. Jokos currently second in the championship, needs a move right here. And that's Skullboy going off the track there. Skullboy goes off and he's out of the lead there. The pole sitter loses the lead. So that allows Ninu now to lead as he's doing right now. As I was saying, actually I'm not saying, because there goes Risk on the inside. The American takes Jokos then for third place. And crucially for Jokas, that's his championship rival Stevie, just one position behind him. So he has to get a move on and take back that third position as he has done right there. Jokas back up to third. Risk is going back down the inside, though he's not done yet at all. And he takes it. So, and Stevie's taken Jokas as well. What's happened to Jokas? He's lost two positions there. Three, because he lost one to Risk, then Stevie, and then CO2 also getting past. So it's all going wrong for Jokas there in that sequence of corners, and he's losing even more momentum because here comes Julian now as well. He's catching up. Julian might even think about making a move here. Outside is a possibility. Now switches to the inside, and that's sixth position. Joker can try and stick that one, and he has a bit of contact with Julian, and he survives. Julian all the way down to 11th place. Looking back to the front then. We continue as we are. Risk up to third place. Fourth is Stevie. CO2 in fifth. So CO2 and Risk doing well to get up there. Jokas back past Andrea as well. Has some work to do. Skullboy also making moves to recover position. At the front though, it's a stalemate. Ninu is still trying to do his work to extend the gap on the field. And Jokas has had another off. A big off there because he's got front damage. We have to see what happened with Jokas there. Let's see what happened with Jokas with a tap on Andrea. And he's off there the first time. And then what's happened afterwards? He's just sliding, and then he just into the barrier. Front damage for Jokas, and that is a spanner in the works for his race. Ninu continuing to lead here. Gold's trying to go around the outside. Risk is catching. Stevie's catching. The papayas are primed and ready. So Gold has to watch out because I'm pretty sure Risk is going to be looking to make a move or two. Let's see how Risk is seeing this one here. Risk has to be careful though, because now we can see the front and rear view and perspective of Risk. Got Gold in front. Stevie is dropping back a little bit, so not as much to worry about in terms of defense. Gold looking to do something there, possibly. Maybe he's trying to ward off any attack from Risk, as opposed to making a move on Ninu. I think his hand was forced there, Gold, and he does go deep. Gold goes deep. Oh, and has contact. Off goes Risk, and he rejoins. I think CO2's managed to get out ahead of him there, and that's another one. You're gonna have to look at the stewards for that one. Gold also went off there in the process. That was a big moment there in the race. At the end of the second lap, Gold has lost out. Risk has lost out a little bit as well, and that's allowed Stevie to get up into second. So the championship leader up to second place right now in the Porsche Cup race. Andrea defending from Skullboy. Gold is just behind them, he's falling back down to 7th place. At the same time, you see Risk and CO2 a little bit further ahead. Skullboy looking for a way past, but in the S's it's going to be hard to really manufacture a move. There's only really one way through that. Then you get to the latter part of the lap, and then that's when the chances open up for you. Skullboy still closing down on the prey. Go watch out for Gold though. Don't think he's close enough here. He's really gained on Andrea though. Oh no! He spins! He loses it! He saved the car, has he? Oh, he's gone round. Thank goodness that he goes to this well, because we've got serious damage there. Skullboy, it's all gone wrong for him. He just dropped it on the exit. So he goes down the order. But Ninui's continuing to lead this here. Rest of the cars continue on their way. So there goes Gold then, on the brakes, just extremely late, goes deep, misses the corner. And then you can see him there, he rejoins into the path of Risk. And then he goes off afterwards. So Daily GT7 coming under pressure from Steve right here. Short Steve going to try and go to the inside. Defense by Daily GT7, and then round it outside goes Steve. Can he pull that off? That's going to be interesting. Julian's waiting behind to pick up the pieces, and it's still going side by side. And this is going to be technical. It's going to be tough here, and off goes Julian. And Julian, who was waiting there, he's managed to go off, and that means that Steve has now gained a place on Daily GT7 there. So Steve up to 7th place. You keep watching, and Steve is catching on Ninui right here, so it'll be interesting to see if he can pull anything off. We ride on board with Stevie, championship leader in the Porsche Cup right now as things stand, and he's having a good season. He's having a very good season indeed. Only championship rival now you can argue is Joecast. Obviously Joecast's not in the top 8 at the moment, not going to score big points if things stay like this. Gap currently at 13 points. Stevie on 170 and Joecast 157. Obviously Stevie, 2 wins on the year so far. A good opportunity to get his 3rd win, but as we know, Ninui's coming off with back-to-back wins. So Ninui's in red hot form right now. It's going to be a big ask if he's going to be able to defeat him right here. But fastest lap from Steve, that's going to be a confidence booster, most definitely. CO2 now up to 3rd place as well, and he's going to be catching these guys with CO2. CO2 also has a race win this season at Trial Mountain in round 2, so that was a long time ago for CO2. Been at the podium once since then. I think he would like to get back on the podium, and at the current state, he's doing well for himself. Stevie is continuing to just hunt down Ninui in front. If he can stay at this pace here, surely he'll get there, but he has to concentrate. He's right behind him now. This is a good chance here for Stevie. Lose a little bit of time there. Remember though, the strategy, that's going to be important. Maybe it's not about doing anything on track, it's more about in the pit lane. Do you make a move? Do you pit early? Do you pit later? Of course, we've got those mandatory hard tyres, and both of the front 2 are on those mandatory hard, so they're getting that out of the way. And then after that, it's anyone's game. You can pick what tyre you choose, what tyre you run on, and obviously that's when the strategic effect comes into play. Ninoui doing his bit though to hold back and hold off. Gonna battle here for 3rd, 4th and 5th. We've got the teammates in, CO2 and Risk, and they're just holding off Gold as things stand. So they're the only 2 teams with 3 drivers here at the moment. So they're doing their thing, just doing the best they can to just maximise their collective points. GTRE and Papaya looking at promotion this season. Good chance they can get it, already significantly ahead of the rest, and obviously the top 2 teams will go up to Division 1 next season. At the moment it's them and Project Phantom that's looking at the likely candidates. A CO2 a bit wide there, and a bit of contact with his teammate, and down he goes to 4th. So again, it's a chess match in these things. It's a chess match, and he's lost the position there. As I was looking at that, Ninoui must have made a mistake or something, because he's gone down the order as well. He's lost the lead to Stevie. What's happened there to Ninoui? And you see the sky is darkening here. It's not looking good in terms of rain. That's going to be looming on the driver's mind as well. So Ninoui, a little bit of a moment there. He falters. Gold a little bit wide there. Half-second penalty. So expect Gold to be losing some time in the next lap. That's a glimmer of hope for CO2 in his mission to get back into 4th position and to help the team effort out, because they were in a good position just a lap ago. 1 second penalty now for Gold, so the penalty's been doubled in its severity. So he's most certainly going to lose that position if the gap stays as it is right now. Look at Risk as well. Risk has dropped the 2 of them, and he's now working on catching up to Ninoui and Stevie ahead of him. CO2 with a chance though. He's impatient. He wants to move now. He might get it now. CO2 looking to get something done right here. Let's see if he can do it. This would be a good place to get it done, but he's too far back. Gold will live on for another day. Oh, he touches gravel, though. He touches gravel. A lot of gravel. Somehow keeps it a straight line. But again, that moment of weakness gives CO2 another chance. Probably have to go around the outside, but it's possible here. We've seen drivers do it here before. But Gold keeps all bases covered. Also, actually, I don't think he has, you know. Good exit from CO2. And they're going to be side by side. So CO2 might get this done here. On the inside, Gold late on the brakes. He does enough, he does enough. Good stuff from Gold, it's good defense. Elbows were out. I don't think he's made up the second though. So CO2 will still get that 4th position. But fair play to Gold, did everything he could to keep CO2 behind him for as long as he could. CO2 is now past him. Look at Risk though, he's really caught Ninoui. Look at this, Ninoui's not far up the road from him at all, and then Stevie is a little bit further behind. So Ninoui's slightly faster than, I think he's the fastest on track at the moment, Ninoui. That was what, a 2:03.70 from Ninoui. Then Risk put in a 2:03.75. Stevie 2:03.98. So second and third are currently slightly faster than the leader as things stand. Thought there was a moment there. I heard the wheel spin from Ninoui's car. Speaking of wheel spin, let's look at the tyres there. Everyone's tyres look around the same. Like, there's been equal stuff on their tyres, and looks like Risk has a bit more fuel saved as well, just a little bit, but that will still be relevant when we look at the pit stops and the pit cycles. Halfway through the race now, big moment for Risk there. Nearly lost everything with that one. But it's good though. This is what I say, it's a chess match at this point now between these three. I think these three are your candidates for victory. And barring a huge mistake, it will stay that way. Gold has caught CO2 again though. So it's not done between CO2 and Gold. Gold's got more fuel in the tank. And his tyres look to be in better condition as well, just by a little bit. These hard tyres, they're running them ragged here because the driver's expectation is there's going to be rain at the end. They're expecting rain at the end. It's likely going to come as well. It's going to happen. So their mindset is, I'm going to stay out for as long as I can, and then when the rain comes out, I'm going to pit then. So the tyres, the hard tyres, are enduring some serious suffering right now. And these guys, they're not racing at their fastest anymore because obviously the tyres are beginning to wear. And they're beginning to show their age and show their degradation. That's why you're not really seeing much movement in the pit box, because they're just praying and expecting rain later on. They're predicting the rain's going to come out in the next couple of minutes, and by that time the fuel will have expired, and then they can pit comfortably and just one stop the race. Gold is now extremely close, and he goes for the move right now, forces his way to the inside, and again CO2's been caught sleeping. Still finds himself side by side. Opportunity to recover the position is there, but I think Gold has done it, and he has. CO2 loses the position again, so Gold back up to fourth. Nothing can stop him here, even that penalty. He fought his way back, and the windscreen wipers are on for CO2. Is that rain? I think there's a bit of rain there, you know. It's starting to rain, yeah. So we were just talking about the rain coming out, and that's going to affect things in the pit stops and the strategy and everything and the dynamics. And I think it's already coming in certain areas of the track. Yeah, you can hear it. And CO2, look at this, you can see the rain meter in the bottom left. That little blue bar in the bottom left, you can see that beginning to rise. That shows the track is getting a bit more wet, and I think by the end of this lap you're going to see drivers entering the pits, because I mean that's going to necessitate, like I pronounce it, that's going to necessitate a pit stop, put on the intermediate tyres, maybe the full wets depending on how severe the rain gets. But then again, it's going to be a gamble in itself for the other drivers. So it's going to get a bit tricky now. Overtaking is less of a priority, it's just survival at this point. Can you survive? And I think Nini's lost some time there to Stevie, and especially to Risk. Risk is right behind him now. So does Stevie pit this lap? Stevie stays out. Nini's in. Risk is in. I think Stevie's made a massive blunder there. Why is he not pitted? He should have gone in. I mean, look at the track now. I'm assuming everyone else is going in. Yes, they're going in. Stevie, what's he done? Stevie stayed out. Look how slow he has to go. Absolutely no grip on the track. Absolutely no grip on the surface. He's on slick tyres. Essentially in a swimming pool right here. Everybody else is in the pits here, putting on intermediate tyres, full wet tyres. Intermediates from Nini. Let's see CO2. What's he gonna do? Intermediates, wets. Let's find out. CO2 is on the, I think on the intermediates as well. Yeah, on the intermediates. Everyone coming out, and I think they're putting the inters on. Inters are coming on. Andrea comes out ahead of Risk and Gold. So Risk, serious blunder. He put the wets on, so Risk is, I guess he's praying for serious rain to be coming up soon. Stevie though, look how slow he is. Here comes the rain now. It's cascading. And I think Risk has got this absolutely right by putting on the full wets, but he has to serve that 3-second penalty out to Skullboy, who's put on the intermediates. Julian's behind on the intermediates, and then Joe Cast also on the intermediates. Here comes Daily GT7 also pitting off the inters. He pitted a bit earlier for those intermediates, a bit too early. I mean, look how slow Stevie is though. This is a mad blunder. Serious blunder by Stevie. He can hardly keep the car in a straight line at all. He should have pitted, man. He should have pitted. So that's going to give Nini the race lead, and they might have just handed him the win, because look at the gap between himself and CO2. But then again, he didn't really top up for fuel that much. So he knew he was going to have to do some serious fuel saving. Okay, the rain's not increasing that much. So Stevie has to go in. There's no question about it. Stevie has to pit. Because even if he doesn't pit, even if it dries up, the tyres will be fine, but the fuel is finished for Stevie. So he has to go in. Chance of a win is over for him. And Niniui's going to take him in that corner. That just shows you the level of grip that Niniui has compared to Stevie. He has absolutely nothing to Stevie. So Niniui even overtakes him on track. Yeah, Stevie's chance of winning is over. That's a massive blunder there. He's essentially just taken the win from himself. Into the pits he goes now to change tyres, and of course he should have done this last lap though. That's the problem. CO2's now passed him into second place. Andrea is now up into third place. After that one, Gold in fourth. So Stevie's going to be changing tyres, refueling, and whatever else comes with that. He comes out. Actually, he comes out level with. Actually, Risk is past him and Skullboy. So Stevie comes out in seventh place. Goodness me. Skullboy takes over in fifth as well. Risk goes wide, and Stevie's even taken it. So boom, Risk loses 2 positions right there. And in the wet, it gets treacherous. Look at Gold trying to find a line around Andrea as well, and he's lost a bit of time to Andrea. So now Stevie, he's on a mission now. He has to lock in. He's got what, 5.5 minutes to try and recover what he can. He's not going to get up to the lead. That's a given. He's not winning this race. But can he get back up into the podium places? That is definitely possible for the championship leader. So he's got the pole sitter ahead of him in Skullboy, who's had an absolute nightmare of a race, but he's recovered decently in the rain into a P5 position. Decent points for Skullboy. Skullboy currently 6th in the standings as well, so it wouldn't be too bad for a 5th place finish. We've got the lights off Inicio. I mean, that's going to give him an advantage on CO2 as well. Well, he's not going to, because CO2's up in 2nd place right now. But on Inicio, it definitely will give him an advantage. Also, because Inicio's not here right now. So Julian is the one that's right behind Risk then. So look at the rain as well. The rain is getting severe right now. Julian looking for the move. Risk is on the wet tyre, so this will eventually come into his favour. Obviously he's on the wet tyre, so he's a bit slower than everyone else right now. But with the rain continuing like this, he will have a chance here, you know. But Julian is probably going to get past him here now. Julian going to try on the outside. It's going to be brave. Does he try it though? Hero potentially, and he bumps him out of the way there. Up to 7th place, so Risk even more work to do right now. Gold continuing to stalk Andrea without much success. Skullboy getting stalked by Stevie, who is eager to get past. Way fresher intermediate tyres on his machine, on his Porsche, and the time has come. Stevie trying to go around the outside. That's going to be extremely risky, but is it worth it at this late stage? Look at the rain, it's getting severe. Stevie cuts underneath and is now on the inside, under the bridge. Skullboy survives somehow. Look at Risk. Side by side, the Americans, and Julian goes off. Keeps the car straight, a good save, but he does lose 7th position. Stevie's finally passed, or is he? Skullboy, can he retaliate here? Back on the inside, no. Good close out by Stevie, closes the door, ensures no move will be made, and it's getting a bit worse out there. The more it rains like this, the more it plays into Risk's hands here. because he won't have to pit for this. Andrea, in the meantime, has lost third position. I want to see how he lost it, but let's see if he can get back for a second. I don't think he's going to be close enough for it. It's getting extremely mad out there. CO2 stays out. Gold, I think you got to stay out though. I think you got to stay out, just survive. Gold stays out, Andrea stays out, everybody's staying out. Skullboy's retaking the position. Man, we've missed so much here, we've got to see what happened there. So this is how Gold took Andrea, just better drive and to the outside. And as you can see there, he just manipulates the dynamics, and Andrea pushed a little bit wide, and that gives Gold the position. You see him just passing him right there. And that's for Skullboy. Let's see him closing on Stevie. Outside of 130R in the rain. They continue side by side. Obviously, he gets a bit wide there. And we're going to see it right here. He just gets to the inside, forces weight there, and then just like that completes the move up to 5th place, and Stevie back down to 6th. The Skullboy and Stevie are not done, you know. They're not done. Stevie's still looking to scrap, still looking to continue to fight, and they're slowing each other down here. And look at Risk. Risk is now appearing, and it's playing into his favour here, because he's on the wet tyres, and it's wet enough for those wet tyres now. They're coming into their own. Risk might take them here. He's taking Skullboy, he's taking Skullboy. Risk is up to 6th place, and now he's going to try and take Stevie. Risk on the outside, and he's got more grip, so he might be able to pull that off, you know. Risk is side by side, and you lose it for a little bit. But it's not done yet for Risk. He can still get it again. Look at the slide. Look at the slide. It's so dangerous out there. But they're still doing it. And this is going to be the last lap for these guys as well. Risk on the inside. He can't quite take it yet. Here comes Ninui though. He's weathered the storm. Ninui's going to come out of the last corner. And it's 3 wins in a row for the Belgian. Ninui across the line to win at Suzuka. What a win for Ninui there. CO2 looking like he's going to take 2nd. We've got to keep an eye on this battle for 5th place though. Who's going to take that? CO2 finishing 2nd. Gold is going to also end up on the podium. 3rd place for Gold, and I think Risk has taken Stevie then. Risk takes Stevie. Andrea 4th. Risk in 5th. Stevie and then Skullboy. You got to see how that happened. You got to see how that happened. I think it took him in the chicane. So looking at Skullboy right here, this is obviously the last lap, so everything on the line. Look at Stevie going a bit wide. Everyone's off the track here. Just trying to keep it in a straight line. Goodness me! And Risk was all out of shape going into the chicane. Somehow manages to get the car stopped. Stevie also took a little bit of an impact, but I mean, fair play, because Risk was halfway off the road right there. He was halfway off the road. And obviously the race finishes 5, 6, 7, Risk, Stevie and Skullboy. What a race for Ninui then. He is the winner. 3 wins in a row for the Belgian. Can anyone stop Ninui right now? Seems like no one can.